On this episode of the process, I have a conversation with one of my closest friends, Coleman Dumas IV. Coleman and I met on a football team at Tuskegee our freshman year, and then through life we became best friends, and I really got a chance to firsthand witness his entire story um, unfold. And man, let me tell you, it's been amazing to watch. Uh, that's why I wanted to bring him on here because I witnessed him go from, being on a football team to, okay, things aren't working the best in school, to personal life freaking out on him, to him getting an intern, and then him getting another intern. He's traveling around the country, and then next thing you know, he's at Tesla. And to be honest, his process has motivated me so many times when I'm feeling lazy. And that's why I wanted to bring him on. So I hope you enjoy his story. I hope it motivates you like it has motivated me. And yeah, thank you for listening. This is episode 1 of the process. Where are you at? Where have you been, and where are you going?
Where I'm at. First, where I'm at, let me do a little quick introduction, I guess. I mean, I know you probably already did that, but again, for the people who don't know, I'm the guy, C, as my friends know me, C4 Coleman. Where I'm at right now, currently, I am in California, San Jose, in the Bay Area, California. Working at, I
Hey,
should say my dream job.
area.
Yeah, working at my dream job, man. Uh, Yeah. And for the people who don't know, my dream job has always been to kind of work at Tesla. So and now I am officially in the new product introduction side at Tesla. So hey man, things are good. Life's good right now.
Life is great, man. That's congratulations, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Long time coming. Took a while to
Yeah.
get here, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Give him the story, bro. You trying to hold back. Give him the story of where have you been, man? What
All
led you
right.
here to new product introduction at Tesla, the Bay? It was we hella close. It was a series of steps that it
Yeah.
took to get here. But it's crazy to think you already here. So go ahead, give him the background, man.
So a little disclaimer, I did not think I was gonna be in this position this early in my life. I thought, when you have dreams, I don't know if anybody else felt like this, that you have dreams. It's like, oh, I know I want to do this someday, but I don't know when that day is gonna be. And I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting it to be like now in like my mid-20s. So it's like now that I'm young and in this field is very interesting that I get to see how it's changing. And with a new mind into it, I can bring some new fresh ideas. But where I come from or how I got here, it was a bumpy road. I'm not gonna say I was the best student in college or even, the best student in school to begin with. Um, to get here, like I always said, I always wanted to work here. I didn't know what I was gonna be doing, particularly at Tesla, but to get here, I mean, I did go through some bumps, some bruises. I mean, life taught me a lot of things because I was hard headed. Um, like I said, I guess if you want to, I guess touch back into school, I guess getting here from school, I did like multiple internships. So I started out working in water treatment for the city of Atlanta. Then I bounced around from there. I did like a year and a half there, co-op. I was fortunate enough to get another internship once I got back to school, uh, working in food manufacturing for this company called Art and Mills. I did so great there. They brought me back again. I was in Texas and they moved me to Colorado, brought me from there. And then all through that, I got a second. Actually, I got a return offer for a full-time job for the food manufacturing company. But I was like,
Yeah.
I don't really know. So I came home that summer. I was chilling, and I don't know. It was kind of a blessing in disguise. I tore my Achilles, and then through that, through that, while I was sitting at home in recovery, I'm just sitting here applying for jobs, and I get this random inbox or message DM on my LinkedIn and say, "Hey, we want to interview you. This is Tesla for. We want to interview you, bring you in. We saw your background. We want to bring you in for an internship." I was like, man, this is a scam. Ain't no way they reaching out to me like this. There's absolutely no way they reaching out to me like this. So I was like, all right, I've been on. I said, all right, let me just do it and see what comes of it. So I did the interview, made it on to the second round, and then what most people don't know is I didn't even get it. They called me and said, you know what? I'm sorry, we want to go in a different direction. And it's like, hey, but keep in touch, keep applying, and we'll look out for you, sometime in the future if that opportunity arises. So I was like, damn, I was kind of bummed out. I was kind of hurt. I was like, dang, I got all the way here, but I was happy that I actually got that opportunity to even interview with my dream company. So, and I guess this is God, because literally like 3 days later, I got a call back and said, "Hey, it's been some organizational changes, and we actually want to bring you on." I was like, "Well, shoot, I'm here. Like, hey, you ain't got to say nothing else. I accept. I'm coming. I'm coming." And then she was like, "All right." Only caveat: it was 3 weeks before I had to start, so I had to, yeah, I had to rush and get everything, all my pre-employment shit done, and then fucking moved to Nevada. Moved all the way across the country to Nevada. Reno, Nevada. Never been there before, and I was just like, all right, well, I'm at Tesla now. Let's see if I can make my mark. What can I do to stay, or what do I got to do to set myself apart from everybody else? And then from then, I just kept grinding through my internship. They brought me, they extended me on for like, I did like a total of like 9 months in the internship. I was fortunate enough to receive, I got an offer from my current team. I kind of stepped out on faith and said, no, I didn't want to take that offer. And I ended up taking this other offer that moved me out to the Bay Area. And that was also another blessing in disguise, because I went through a lot of like turmoil in that position. I was like, I didn't know. Me and my manager really didn't click, and I was like, is this what is this the dream that I really worked so hard to get to? Because I
Yeah.
was like, I kind of felt defeated, and oh, you can tell me if I'm rambling, man. If I'm going too
Nah,
much,
man. Keep
but
going, bro. Keep going.
yeah. So I kind of felt defeated in that position, and I feel like I wasn't making the right strides to get to where I wanted to be in Tesla. And Mike can probably tell you on if he wants to. I mean, I was always calling him kind of upset, like, dang man, f this company. I'm tired of it. I
Yeah.
loved it, but man, I love being here, but they keep playing with me. I'm out. I'm out, man. I can't even do it no more. But he told
Yeah.
me I kind of stayed down, and I did. I stayed down, and look where I'm at now. 10 months later, less than a year later, I'm already
Less
like,
than a year.
yeah, less than a year later, I'm already officially like a engineer, project engineer at Tesla, now working on basically our master plan part 3. Like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm the forefront of that now, like causing like actual change in the company. So yeah, that's me.
So man, I gotta ask, bro, like, because I think a lot of people like when you had these dream moments and then you get there and you like, dang, this was it. Like I dreamt of this. This is what I wanted, and I'm
Yeah.
here. And then it's like you just don't have that energy. So I mean, and I've definitely been there, and I always wonder, like, what is it? Do you think it is that you get there? Do you realize that it's work, or do you realize like, is it the people? Like, what is it that kind of takes you out of that like dream? Like, this is my dream job, and now it's like I don't want to be there. Like, what do you think it was for you?
I think it wasn't what I kind of expected. Like, I mean, granted, I was on the forefront of like the new technology, but I think it was the piece that kind of took me out of it was, I guess you would say, like the corporate aspect of it. Like, oh, I was so happy to get here, but now that I'm here, and then I guess the things that happen in corporate America, if you work in corporate America, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like those, I don't know that I don't know. Was it performance anxiety? Was it not that I was not doing what I was, as doing enough? I felt like I wasn't doing enough, or was it that I felt like I wasn't making the impact that I wanted to make? I think that's what it was for me. I think I felt like I wasn't doing enough to to accomplish that goal, because I always wanted to be that bastion for change. Like I wanted to be that person that created the change. It's like, oh, you look back, yeah, he was like at the forefront of like, oh, he helped us get this done, and I feel like I wasn't doing that. I was helping somebody else complete their
Yeah.
projects, or somebody else complete their dream.
Yeah, and that is the thing in corporate, man. I think a lot of people, if you are in corporate, bro, like you can get into these companies and then work for somebody, and then they're leading you, but then you realize like they have like selfish intentions, like they'll throw work on you, a bunch of stuff you helped them out, and then give you minimal credit as to how it got done. They're the one that champion that idea, man. So I definitely feel you there in those scenarios. I hate that. And just even go back, man, just cause we gotta go in on this where you been, bro. Like, we hella close, man. And like, bro, it's really like trials and tribulations with you, bro. Like, you done been through so
Yeah,
much, bro. Like to come from
yeah,
Macon, Georgia to Thomaston to Tuskegee. Now and then at Tuskegee, go through trials and tribulations with whether it was football at first, then grades, and then other personal life things happening, and then the intern. Then you went from place to place to place after you got the first intern, bro. things wasn't always great then. And now you at Tesla, even when you got the Tesla, like you just said, trials and tribulations. Like, what do you? I always have to ask everything. What is fueling you to like this consistency? Because for me, bro, for a fact, bro. Like, I look at you, I'm like, man, there's really no excuse for me to not keep going. If he done kept going, and he probably done been through way more than me. So, what is it that's fueling you? Is that something that comes from your family, your upbringing? Is just an innate trait? What is it?
That's a tough question to ask. Tough question to kind of answer. I feel like what keeps driving me up, a lot of people always like told me no, or that told me that like growing up, like, oh, I wasn't always like the smartest. I was told like, oh, you ain't gonna never be, kind of amount to nothing. So I think it's just the thing that drives me is always like trying to prove all these people like just because you say I can't do it, or just because I didn't do it the way you did it, or you knew how it was done, I found a way to get it done my own way. I mean, granted, I might have took the longer route that I didn't have to, but I think proving people wrong, proving that I'm not just another statistic, or just proving like, hey, I can get this done just like he can get it done. Like I might not have it right now. Might take me a little bit extra, but just because you're telling me no, I know it's another way around to get to what I need to get to.
Yeah.
Like,
And
so I
then,
never take like no for an answer. It's like, I mean, yeah, pause
so
on that.
would you would you say you stubborn? Like,
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I'm stubborn to a fault. I'm very hard headed. As my family would say, I'm hard headed, like very,
yeah,
very hard.
yeah, it's
I feel like you
interesting.
got to be selfish too, man. If you want to accomplish your dreams, you got to be selfish. Like some people, like, hey, they project their doubts on you. So
Yeah,
I was selfish enough to say, nah, man, I'm going to accomplish this, even if you don't think I will. Even
yeah,
if you tell me, oh, I need to go to another. I mean, even going to get my mechanical engineering degree. A lot of people might not know this. I mean, me and my parents and my family, we kind of had a falling out. They thought like I couldn't do it either because it's like, hey, I was coming consistently bringing home bad grades, and it's like, all right, maybe you should just change your major to actually get out, hurry up and just get out of school. And I was like, nah, if this is something I actually want to do, and this is what I want to get to, I'm gonna have to like, buckle down and take these steps, actually take these steps on my own to get there. Like, because y'all can only get me so far, so it's like it's on me. I had to look within myself to actually figure that part out. And then from that point on, I was like, I ain't gonna let nobody else stop me because shit ain't got it now. Well, I'm already at rock bottom. Shit ain't nowhere else but up. So from here,
yeah. So how much do you like give credit to Tuskegee? Like, cause everybody's a Tuskegee grad, man. We love our HBCU. We know about the Tuskegee experience, man. The mindset that gets cultivated. So how much of the Tuskegee experience do you give credit to where you at now?
To be honest, I give it 100% because my aunt, she went to Tuskegee before I got there, and as I was a child, I was always going back and forth for homecoming, so that kind of built that. And then
Yep.
once I got there, I meshed with a great group of friends, and they didn't stand for mediocrity, so I couldn't just be mediocre and remain their friend. So I was like, hey, it kind of motivated me to get to like, all right, if y'all can do it, I know I can do it. It's like, so I mean, the friend group and the community I had, the village that I had helping me out, even when I wasn't at Ski, like during my times of going back and forth when I had to take time off from school and to come back and then work for a little while and go back and then do all this these all other different things. I mean, I just had a great group of friends and great group of family. Like my Tuskegee family really helped me get through those tough times in my life to, all right, if to say, hey, keep pushing, bro. We know you can do it. We know you can
Yeah.
do it. And that kind of kept me going to say, all right, if these people believe in me, I ain't gonna let them down because they've been there from day one, basically.
Yeah, man. And bro, it's really real, man. Like our friend group, really, for me even too, like, when things were hard, I lost my job, things of that nature, man. Like you said, we really don't settle for mediocrity. Because at that time, I ain't gonna say no names, somebody was out there balling. And
Yeah.
for me, it's like, it's no hatred, man. I love to see my boys,
Yeah.
do well. I never have smoke with anybody that's doing better than me. I actually like invite it because it makes me move. But like, man, our friend group is different, bro. Like, and it's really sad, bro, because people, I think it's that HBCU experience, bro. But people go to, whether you go to PWI, you're African American. How it amazes me how many people I talk to, they walk away, they're like, oh, my university is just terrible people. I just didn't have that like community. I was like, bro, that's That was
That's
the
like basketball to
experience,
me. Yeah.
bro. Like, man, at Skigi, bro, like everybody, like it was love, like, and
Yeah.
you actually
Even if
had a
we didn't
true
really,
love.
even if we didn't even know you or know your family, it was still
Yeah,
love just because you went there. It's like, hey, whatever you need, we got you. It's like, yeah, I can't, you can't find that nowhere else in the world, to be honest. I mean,
you really can't, man, and that's when you hit the real world, bro. It's tough because the more what I want to say, the more I elevate or the more things I do, I put myself in different rooms. And it's like, damn, in certain areas of the country, not everywhere, but there's a strong absence of us.
yes,
Like I can literally walk in a room 200 people deep and be one of five black people. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's just weird, man. But to
well,
even like to shift it just a little bit, man, even like where you at now with Tesla and like the comfortability, because obviously being in that room, bro, is consistent pressure. I mean, we are, if you pay attention to Elon sets aggressive deadlines, and I'm pretty sure that's like stemmed into the culture of the company. Everybody's probably like that. Like,
yeah.
what is that like being there, proving yourself, being comfortable in the room? Do you feel like people are overlooking you and your current role? Like, how's that looking?
So I can't say so much for my current role right now because I'm still fairly new and I'm still learning a lot of things. And my team so far has been very supportive and trying to get me to learn and bring me up to speed before I start taking on all these like you said, aggressive deadlines and projects.
Mm,
So previously though, I can say I would say in my last role, I kind of felt like I wasn't really like I don't know I don't really know how to put it. I feel like it felt off. Like I don't know. It just the situation felt off in that last role where it was like I really wasn't being put in those situations to promote my growth. Um, but yeah, I was like, all right, let me I just think it is just like you just got to be confident in your. I just feel like it's just like I'm way like overconfident. My dad was always like, dude, you can't walk into a, he used to be like, you just can't walk onto a field and just be a star. I was like, nah, bro, I can walk on the field, I can do anything. Like so, it's just like
yeah.
having that overconfidence, like, hey, even if
Mm,
I don't know it or if I don't have the answer for you right now, I'm gonna go get it and find it and bring it back to you, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay. At least he,
yeah.
took those steps to figure it out. Like even if I'm lost, I'm not gonna hesitate to ask questions. Just I guess it's just being confident in yourself and it's like in your abilities. I mean, but I can say sometimes it is intimidating because when I got to talk to like people who are like like one person below Elon and explain like why these deadlines are not getting made, it's just like all right, you just got to have like a plan and figure out how you're gonna get it accomplished if it's not done now.
Mm.
It's always about having a plan and like being confident that you can do it. It's like confidence in yourself,
Yeah.
in
So
my
so then what is it like, to come in new and then, become good at your job? Like, what is that process like? What was that like for you to, finally get good? Is it the way you talk to people that really got you into it? Like, or were you just consistently studying? Cause I think people that are listening to this that probably do want to work at Tesla, they wonder how would I shape up at a place like that that's like doing, you know, this consistently excelling on high level technology products.
So, so
So
my
what?
thing would be to my main thing for that question would be you should always know who affects you and who you affect. Like if something is happening, how is it going to affect you on your project or your deadlines or getting your stuff done? And then if you don't get yours done, how does it affect the person like next down the line? Like if
Yeah,
you don't get yours done, it's going to stop everything. So it all depends on like who's affecting you and who you're affecting. Like if you can manage both of those opportunities and basically keep like in a sense overly communicate like everything that's happening, like all right, this is what I'm facing on my end, this is what I'm getting from this person. It's just like always communicate with your stakeholders, like I said again, and then always having like a in a sense a plan if something goes wrong, always having like a mediation plan, a mediation plan, like all right, this is what we're gonna do, a out of control action plan basically.
yeah. And then, I mean, dang, but I just can't imagine like even to talk about what you're doing now, bro. Like, obviously, you got signed a bunch of NDAs. We can't talk
Yeah,
about everything, but working on a battery pack facility, man, just a new one that just opened. Like, what
yes.
is that like now? Now that you're just starting and
Mhm.
you're in that I don't know everything phase. Like, what are your feelings right now? Like,
So yeah, so I'm at the yeah, so Mega Factory now. We're making Mega Packs. I mean, that's like I said, that's all also all open knowledge right now. So I can talk a little bit, not too deep into the projects I'm working on, but that like Master Plan Part 3 is about sustaining and basically sustaining, actually really accelerating the world to sustainable energy. And the part of business I'm really focused on is like energy storage. So we build mega packs at my facility, and basically these mega packs are the ones we are currently building are as big as you can transport street legally. And they are basically right now they are I don't know the all the correct stats, but I know it can supply power to like I want to say like a neighborhood of houses or like 10 to 20 houses for like a week straight, like
Yeah.
on just on one like mega pack. So just to touch on that, I mean, I guess the thing is that what I don't know is like I said again, like who am I affecting and who affects me? And like am I not taking like too much time down, like giving production too much downtime? It's just a lot of small factors in manufacturing you just always got to worry about.
You out in the Bay
Yeah.
Area, Silicon Valley, tech area,
Yeah.
man. What's that been like transitioning out there? Because I done talk to some people from the Bay, and they like, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about moving out there. Like, why would you do that?
Hey,
Living, it's crazy, like da 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 da. But I'm trying to be around a high level. So, what has it been like being in the Bay, man? The people you ran into.
I bet I can say it's very different. Coming from being from Georgia, I mean, it's very different out here. Granted, I say let me do my pros. The pros, the weather is nice. The weather is amazing, 24, almost 24/7. It's not as humid. It's like I said, beautiful days, 90% of the time. Basically the main con is it's expensive as hell. Like,
Yeah.
it's expensive as fuck.
Hey, man.
But it's cool. Like the vibe is nice. Like the people cool. You always around all these big companies. You never know who you're gonna run into because like the average Joe on the street could be like this founder of a startup making $100 million. So it's just like it's just you run it. You can run into anybody, but it's also like expensive as hell. But the weather's really nice. So it's like there's those pros and cons. Like what it's like it depends on what you're really out here for. Like so me, I'm just out here like I'm grinding. I'm trying to basically get as high as I can possibly into the company. Whether that is being like an executive somewhere or like a director of a certain business unit or a manager of a different team. Or is it like do I want to go and start my startup? Because right now, like I'm learning so much that I could apply this like if I really wanted to somewhere else into another company or not to another company in my own company. Because I mean the skills I'm learning is like where else you gonna get like this information and actually like doing that like right now? Because I mean, like everybody got an idea, everybody has a startup. It's like I guess it's the gold rush for tech, basically.
Yeah. And I mean, I just can't imagine being out there, bro, just like casually around it. Like, do you think like your perspective on life is just changing, getting a little warped being out there, just being around them people? Like, oh yeah, this is just normal. Or are you always out? You like, all right, this is not like a normal area at all. Like,
I mean, like I said, I'm from the deep south, so I'm from Georgia. So I'm always gonna go out and be like, yeah, this is just not normal because
yeah,
one, just speaking frankly here, I mean, I feel like personally, I mean, it probably is a lot of black people out here, but I feel like I don't see them, and then the people I do see are like the young tech individuals who all came from the south of these HBCUs out to this area. So I mean, they're not really native from here. Like I don't, so it's like all of us are out here like on the same kind of mission to get basically build capital or get to a certain level in the company and then either move back. Because from what I've heard or people I've talked to, I don't really know too many people who've moved to California for work that want to actually like stay in California for the rest of their life, to be honest, which is
yeah,
very
yeah. I just can't imagine wanting to stay out in that cost of living, bro. I think the median house price in the Bay like in the millions, ain't it?
yeah.
Like
Like
it's expensive, bro.
funny
Like,
thing is, I saw a double wide trailer for like 500,000, like a two bedroom for like 1.2 million.
oh my God,
Yeah.
what?
And also, man, another little con is like like I said again, I'm from Georgia, from the South. The food out here definitely does not hold a candle to nothing I've had back at home. Like it's nothing does not hold a candle. Like I mean, it's straight like all of it's like Mexican food, like the Asian fusion, the Thai food, all that. Like, but does not hold a candle like to anything I've had at home so far. Like, that's probably the next con. Like, I wouldn't say the food is like good, like to my standards, but I mean, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. In the South, man, you gonna eat good. You might not be eating healthy, but you're gonna eat good
You
in the
eat
South.
good,
In
yeah,
California, you're
exactly.
gonna eat good. Shoot, up here in Baltimore, I rep Baltimore. The food up here, the best, one of the best
Yeah.
cities for food that I've been to. So I can't say my experience the same, unfortunately. I mean, well, it's
Yeah,
fortunately, I guess, but
yeah. It's also very liberal out here, man. I just saw on the news the other day that they're trying to give all black residents reparations now, and I'm like, hey, how can I get that? No, I'm just joking, but
oh my gosh.
I'm
Hey man, if
joking.
you
But
get
I mean,
reparation, I just need cut me off about 10 bands. I think I said everybody. I don't know if they meant to say that they are give 1.2 million in total,
yeah, I think
or
it's like a couple 100,000 like per category you fit in. Like you can get up
yeah.
to 1.2 million.
I'm moving out to the bay soon, man. I'm coming. Like Dion, we
We
coming.
coming.
Coming. Hey. But like even a shift it, bro. Like I know you said like where you going, man. Like, you said the director position, or a startup. Like, where do you well let me take a step back. Let's ask this question I ask everybody. If you could tell yourself anything 5 years from now, what would you tell your future self?
Oh, 5 years from now. Shit.
Yeah. A weird
Uh,
question, I know. Talk to your future self, man.
what would I say to my future self? It's always a good question. I'm looking at myself 5 years from now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm looking in the camera when I say this because I want to look at you. It's like, hey, like looking at myself. I hope that we've basically accomplished like all the goals that we've continuously set. We've taken care of our mental health, which is going to be a big thing now that we've joined in this new role because with these new roles and these higher positions comes a lot more stress. So I hope you're taking care of yourself. Two, I hope you still are going out and accomplishing and doing everything that you've ever dreamed and imagined. Hopefully we got our Cybertruck by then, so we whipping around in the Cybertruck.
Sniper. Hey man, I'm getting
Uh,
mine in 2024.
yeah, but other than that, man, I just want you to know, just keep going. Hey, you are enough. You've done amazing things in your life. You got a great support group around you, and like I say, keep going. And the only thing is, I'm excited to see where we are and where we are going to be in the next 5 years. Because I mean, a lot can't happen in 5 years. But
Yeah,
um, and lastly, and leaving on this note is I just want to ask a question. Like, I guess I don't really ask a question. Just make a statement. Just keep going, man. It's gonna get hard, but just keep going.
yeah. And man, that's real, bro. It's like one of those things, bro. Every time I think about you, I think about like 5 years from now. It's just like, man, I think you will be shocked with where you at, bro. It's just 5 years. It's like I know we both 25 and we don't even get it. It's like, bro, this where we at 25. Like the credentials and the things that
Yeah,
I'm not even trying to be cocky and brag to anybody that's listening, but these credentials aren't normal, bro. So
yeah.
like where you are, I know for a fact where you are in 5 years, you're gonna be like, dang, like just genuinely in shock of how far you took it. And then you only gonna be 30, and in the world, in the game of business, you still gonna be seen as a baby out there, bro.
Exactly. Like
That's
it's
what's
so
so
it's like
crazy.
that's gonna be the next step. Like I'm gonna hit that next level. It's like because right now, like you always say, once you get to a certain point, you just start facing like either you're gonna evolve or you're gonna fold under pressure. And I think like by that time, it's like I'm gonna be ready to hit that next evolution to keep like going further and further and further to like accomplish those goals. Whether that is law school or going to get my MBA and start doing a startup or doing whatever. I mean, I just want to remain consistent and keep going, man.
Yeah. So like, let me ask this: how much of this is money driven?
How
How
much of it?
much? How much is this? How much is the money getting you to wake up in the morning?
That's an even better question. I say I think this is the young person in me, the naivety in me at 25. I would say in a sense it's almost 50-50 because like I said, I'm not dreading my job anymore, or dreading the work I do. But it's also like, yeah, no, y'all gonna have to start coming with that paper if I'm finna start doing XYZ. So
Yeah, yeah,
it's gonna be that it's like a healthy balance. Like it's like that 50-50. Like I'm kind of excited to go tackle the new challenges at work every day. But it's also like, yeah, that bag should be coming if I keep excelling. So I
yeah,
feel like as long as I'm happy and like I keep selling, the money gonna come regardless. So I
yeah. The
mean
money.
it's that 60-40, 50-50. Yeah, it's like in between those two.
So and then even being at Tesla, like, do you now this is just something I want to ask from outside looking in. You know, a lot of people look at Tesla, they look at Elon, they like, oh man. And like, how do you feel? Actually, you know, you work there. I don't want to, put you in trouble. But how do you feel about like just the company culture and like, the where it's going, things growing? Like, do you feel like it's a positive culture, or do you feel like things could be improved on?
I think within, I don't think nobody's perfect, but I think things can definitely be improved. And I think that it starts with like being intentional, like being intentional with our recruiting, being intentional, like with, and actually like eliminating or recognizing those unconscious biases. Because I'm not gonna say everybody is white, not everybody's Indian, not everybody's Asian, not everybody's black, not everybody. So it's a melting pot of people and diverse group that works at Tesla. So I feel like we should just work and be conscious of the unconscious biases that are happening, and to be intentional with our hiring and recruiting, because it's kind of like in a sense demoralizing to me, or not really demoralizing, but like it kind of hurts me a little bit to kind of go walk into I'm in the admin room with all the engineers and all the other teams and like these
Yeah,
managers, and I'm the only black person, or only
yeah,
black person from a HBCU. So my thing is like let's be intentional about those things, because when I was an intern at one of my other companies I worked at, I actually started a group for like an employee resource group for hiring and promoting like black success within the company. So my whole thing about that is like being actually intentional. I don't know if I want to be like that civil activist for the company, a corporate activist, but I do, if I do get those opportunities to go recruit, I'm gonna be intentional. That's gonna be my job, or to
yeah,
help other people from HBCUs, not even just my school, but other HBCUs around the nation to come be at Tesla, because I know they are just as bright as everybody else they bring in from all these
yeah,
other big schools, and sometimes, half times, even brighter. Hell, look at me. I,
yeah,
I was one of the last, in the sense, I was one of the last people who to get accepted for my internship program, and they haven't been able to get rid of me yet from Tesla in the last 3 years. So I mean,
yeah,
I must be doing something right. So it's like, let's be intentional. Let's bring more people that has the same drive that I have, or that similar drives, or like that have these different dreams to be at Tesla. Let's get them into the company, and let's actually transform. Let's be intentional about transforming the culture versus like, oh, saying and doing like, oh, we got all these initiatives and all this other stuff, but you're not really
yeah.
actually. Mhm.
And that's real, bro. Like and we had talked offline about that, just like getting that pipeline in. And I think for anybody that's listening to this, you're at a company, like to have that, you gotta have that moment, bro. Wherever you at in life, you if you're obtaining certifications, you're working at a job that's hard to get into, whatever that is, understand that there is somebody that's younger than you that's looking at you that wants to be exactly where you at. And it's not, in my opinion, bro, it's not a time to sit here and act like you did something amazing if you ain't brought nobody with you, bro. Like
Exactly.
that's my thing is like as I go up the ladder, bro, I'm always constantly thinking back, like, all right, can I bring anybody with me? Where can I shift the culture? Where can I, add my 2 cents? Because
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like with a lot of I really love that you said that, bro. And honestly, it's something that I brought to myself when we talked about it the other day. But it's like I just genuinely feel like a lot of times we get to certain places as people and then forget about the fact that like what it took to get there and how it felt being on the outside trying to get in and hoping that somebody would have just been like take that chance on me. I
Exactly.
am him. I got the work ethic. I got the drive.
And that's all they did. They did on me. They took a chance on me. And look, I got the work ethic and I got the drive. So it's just like I know most people are like asking, because that's what I used to ask. Is like, just give me a chance. If I get in the room, I guarantee you ain't gonna regret it.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of way I want to be, because I know it's how people like that driven. Like, hey, all they need is a chance. I mean, you know, I didn't have the strongest GPA graduating college. I didn't have like the best grades throughout all my all my matriculation and all that stuff. So I know people is out there just like, hey, just give me a chance, because I can do the work if given the chance, and that's all. That's all I've been asking for. So, and people been giving me the chance, so I want to be that person to get that next chance to that person too.
Yeah, man. And just like be pleased if you listen to this. Please look within yourself and take time to help the next person. If you see a kid, you talking to a kid, and you see a driving him, you meet him in public, bro. I don't care. Like we get to the age, bro. You go ahead and talk his ear off, bro. Like that's just
Mhm.
how that needs to be. That's something that I would love to see the culture like be more normal. Like you
Mhm.
see somebody younger and they ask you questions, talk their ear off, tell them everything, bro, because you have zero idea how them words or or what they're gonna go off and do because of the things you said. And you know, even if it comes to hiring, man, like Coleman, bro, take that time to go recruit, bring people into the company.
Yep.
Cause man, you are the bridge. Like it's not another person. It's not the company's
It's
initiative.
going.
Not
It has to start with you because if you don't
yeah,
do it, what you think? Why would somebody else go do it if you won't even do it?
exactly, man. And that's just something I'm understanding in my process. Like I need to make sure that I'm always building a bridge, man. And you know, with that, bro, like kind of transition the conversation to getting ready to close it up, bro. Like, man, anything you want to throw out there to the people, bro? Any shameless plugs? Any love you want to throw out to Skigi? Any love you want to throw out to Tesla? Anything you want to
Um,
say?
hey man, for real, shout out to Apex because without y'all, man, where would I be? Shout out to my family, shout out to Skigi because without Skigi and in a sense, Skigi football, I would have never met my dog, one of
Yeah.
my best friends, my brother. So shout out to Tuskegee on that
Shout out
by
Coach
creating those.
Carter.
Shout out Coach Carter. Shout out my boy Coach Nick, man. That's my dog.
Free my
uh,
nigga.
but yeah, man, if it wasn't for Tuskegee, like I probably wouldn't like where would if it wasn't for Tuskegee, like where would I be really? Because I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'd be a totally different person. I don't think I would have the same drive or same work. I don't even think I'd be in the same industry. So I thank Tuskegee for opening my eyes and letting me know that hey, it might be the road might be tough and it might not be. You might not get everything you might need, but look, just keep working, keep pushing, because we ain't gonna get because Tuskegee didn't give us everything. We had to,
Yeah.
find ways around and figure out how to finesse and figure out how to get shit done. So I appreciate
Yeah.
Tuskegee for that. Like those are lessons that's gonna stay with me for life, like through life and through the corporate world. So I thank Tuskegee for that. I like I said, thank Tesla again for like, hey, taking a chance on the kid. I mean, because like I said again, I didn't have all the highest accolades that they usually probably look for in a person. And I'm still out here trying to excel and continuing to excel. I want to thank God too for actually even putting me in these positions and giving me the opportunity to be in these positions. And shout out to my family, because they know I know without them, I definitely wouldn't be here. Because when I was being hard headed, and shout out to my aunt for coining this phrase that it's going to be coined for me now. That's I live by. Life gonna teach you. You want to be hard headed? Life will teach your ass.
Yeah.
So
You either gonna be eating beanie weenies or steak. What you gonna do?
either beanie weenies or steak. Hey, and last but not least, hard times make a jackrabbit eat hot peppers, man. That's gonna hit y'all when y'all get older. But hey, that's all I got, man. That's all I got.
Yeah, man. Shit. Appreciate you hopping on, man. I know you're gonna do well, bro. Just I hope if y'all listening to this, man, y'all, this is an example. If you're somebody, if you're in school and you feel like things not working out, you haven't gotten that intern, you haven't gotten that offer,
I'm trying.
or you in life, you can't seem to get to the next step. I hope y'all realize this person in front of you is a living testament of the fact as long as you keep moving, as long as you keep going, you remain consistent, and you take your wins with your losses, bro, you're gonna go where you want to go.
Yeah,
So
last little thing. I was voted starting Tuskegee. I was voted most likely to transfer, most likely to change major, most likely to like do all these bad things, not even finish. And now look at me, man. I kind of took that and used that as to get to where I was at. So even if they vote you the worst of the worst, man, trust me, there is a light on the end of that tunnel. So just keep pushing.
yeah, man. Shit, I ain't gonna say nothing else, man. For real, y'all heard it right there, bro. They disrespected him, and now look at him, man. Yeah. And with that, bro, this has been a process, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. If you related with C, please hit the like button, share it with people. Skigi alum, Skigi students, share it with Skigi students, man. Just trying to get the name out there. So, but with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Peace.
Peace.